Hello everybody, Greg Holton here, and welcome back. Today I just want to go over a little bit with you about how the claims process really works when you get involved with your insurance company on a large loss situation. I wanted to do this by just giving you an illustration of how it really works. Let's say, for instance, you have a home that's valued at $215,000. Now, this is a value that's arrived by an agent that runs the square footage and how your home is built through software through their insurance company. And this tells them what the insurance company would have to pay to rebuild your home back on its foundation. All the other coverages from that point on are just a percentage off of what it costs to rebuild your home. So in this case, we're dealing with $215,000. In many typical HO3 type policies, you have about 70% coverage for the contents inside your home. So in this particular case, that'd be $150,000 contents coverage. Now what this represents is the maximum amount of money that the company will pay at the claim as long as you can account for that much value of the contents inside your home. This is commonly misunderstood by most folks. If your home burns down or blows away in a storm, the insurance company just doesn't get their checkbook out and write you a check for $150,000 to cover the loss of your contents. You've actually must be able to prove that you actually own that amount of contents in order to maximize that claim. That's where the problems begin. You take a large loss in your home and you become involved with a claims adjuster, and the claims adjuster will give you a long claim form and tell you to fill these claim forms out to account for what you intend to make the claim on. Now the claim forms are pretty long forms that include brand name, model number, serial number, year you purchased the item, and what you believe the actual cash value of the item is today. And just imagine if you had to account for every item in your home. You're not talking about claim forms that are 15, 20 pages long. You could potentially be talking about a claim form that's hundreds of pages long that you're expected to be able to fill out in order to maximize your claim. So this is the way that I relay to most people so that they get the idea. You can imagine, imagine that the $150,000 is a pile of money laying in a table, and it's your responsibility to actually grab the money off the table. So the idea is, how do you maximize your claim? If you don't have any written records to do this, you're going to be doing it from memory. If you do it straight from memory, you may remember 20% of what you own. And realistically, you won't even remember that much, but let's say you remember 20%. So you'd have a $30,000 claim that you'll turn in to the insurance company. On the other hand, 100% would be $150,000. And that's the maximum amount of coverage that the insurance company will pay you, just as long as you can turn in a claim form that will show them that they actually owe you that money. Now, what happens in most cases is, and this is where this claims settlement process becomes involved in, because you soon realize during the process that trying to remember everything you own from memory is going to get you very short of what it takes to replace what you lost. So that's when you go back and forth with your insurance company, and like in most mediations, you're going to arrive somewhere in the middle. In this particular case, if you get to about 65%, which would be somewhere in the middle, you'd be somewhere around $100,000. Now, $100,000 is still a lot of money, but if in fact you actually owned $150,000 worth of items, you're still left $50,000 short. So in other words, you don't have that money to actually replace what you lost. So the whole moral to the story is, if you have a comprehensive inventory and you can actually prove what you owned, then you will receive what the company is on contract to pay you, and it'll be a very short process because you will already have the pictures and the documentation to substantiate your claim. And so this is the reason why a comprehensive inventory of all of your personal property in your home these days is just a very wise thing to do. Signing off for now. I'll talk to you again soon. This is Greg Holton.